I just had a bit of a thought that I should probably talk about spiritual journey and the release that comes with the journey, but also some of the trials and tribulations that come with the journey. Because I know for myself, when I first started seeing an energy healer about 5-6 years ago, I had this idea that everything was kind of perfect in her life, and I could never be that kind of person. And it's really interesting because now 5-6 years later, I'm basically doing the same practice that she's doing. I've just gone through my own journey in my own time, and it has brought me to the same place. And I guess it's kind of a beautiful thing because I really looked up to her, but really she's just in the same space as I am, and there's no hierarchy to that. And not that she ever made me feel like that either, but I guess it makes me come to the idea of we shouldn't hold any idea of hierarchy, to any of this kind of work. And all of us are actually light workers. All of us have energy that we can work with, and all of us have a spirituality about us, that we can connect to our higher power and connect to the earth. Like, we're all humans, and we all have an energy system that gets blocked up, that needs unblocking. We all have baggage, we all have trauma that we've gone through. Simple things like, one of the things that my energy healer brought up was just something that happened when I was 18 months old. Things can happen to us when we're in the womb. Things can happen to us when we're in conception. So, there's a whole range of things or trauma. And as I said in the last video, there's actually evidence that we actually hold generational trauma within our DNA. So it's not just about going, this, is not be out, we can't work through it, or this is something that we can't deal with. It's just about going, okay, where's my journey? Where am I at? And trying to work out how we can start working on that journey. And I guess one big part of the journey that I do notice a lot of people, when they're first starting the journey, they probably start really learning about astrological signs, the moon. They start being really interested in crystals and beautiful scents and sage and singing bowls and the meditation and whatever their journey is. Really, it could be yoga, it could be just exercise. Or just eating better. There's a huge journey to when you start on your journey. And our kickstart, mine and Kane's, was when our friend passed away, and we went into this big thing of like, we just can't live like this anymore. I don't want to be depressed anymore. We were all in such a depressed space. We were drinking heavily. We ran a music event, so we had a weird sleep cycle. We weren't looking after ourselves, and our diet was like probably mostly frozen foods. So, and I know that I still had sugar in my coffee then as well. And I went to my energy healer, and she was saying, you've got to start eating fruit and vegetables. You've got to get this processed sugar out of your diet, and the carbs at the moment, they're not serving you. So one big thing for me, well, mostly the bread, was cutting that sugar out. And I actually lost 15 kilos through going to her for emotional release, because for me, and this could be possible for other people as well, I really do have a huge belief in, if we don't start dealing with our emotional trauma on a real base level, and it's not just going to a counsellor or anything, but actually unblocking those energy sources, unblocking where that trauma is. We can hold trauma in certain places of our body, so our back or our shoulders. I know shoulders are a huge thing because we instantly carry energy in our neck when we're stressed, and we also have quite large energy pockets for stress to form there. So our shoulders and probably our lower back are probably like the biggest ones, but also other areas of the body as well that we actually hold energy, and that can be emotional trauma. So it's really interesting. Diet is a fantastic way of changing, what you're eating, or, cutting out certain things, having lots of water. But if you don't start dealing with why you're eating in the first place, like I was, obviously eating because of all sorts of things, being bullied and any issues that I have with my parents, and, even down to issues with my brothers, or, past life issues, generational issues, as I spoke in the last video about how we can actually have generational trauma that goes through our DNA, and that kind of stuff is there. So I have a huge belief, for me especially, I actually start to lose weight once I start dealing with my emotional trauma, start really releasing it. But with release comes pain, and there's no doubt that it's an uncomfortable feeling. And I saw someone write up a post the other day that said, on Facebook, that said, what do you signify that goes with emotional release and detox? And people said uncomfortable, painful. It is painful. We have toxins in our body, processed foods especially, they're toxic. And it's about releasing, and there is another side. There's a beautiful side to that release. And it is really hard, but it is about getting through it and releasing it carefully and, calmly for yourself, so that you're not going through a really intense space. And there's no doubt that energy from full moon to new moon has been quite bumpy. And so it is about like taking your quiet space, meditating, I've mentioned it in probably the last couple of videos, but doing that real bath ritual, something for you. My worst thing is like eating in the morning, having just a tea. I've come off coffee now, but it's like I still am going through those cravings. Like I want the foods that I really shouldn't have, and it's okay. I am someone who does believe that it's okay to have something, because it's like you instantly remember why you're not having it. I had a couple lollies today, and instantly I felt sick and I wanted to do a detox yoga, and I was like, I just want to feel like I felt before I had them. And it's really interesting, because like the more that you start releasing and you start on that journey, the more you actually realize this actually doesn't feel right. We get ourselves in such a space of that same, it's almost like, how do I describe it? It's not like a down kind of feeling, but it's a lot lower vibrational than what you would feel if you were eating like just lots of fruits and veggies, and lots of, if you were having like free range meat or anything like that. And it's a really interesting space to be in once you've really started to get yourself into a high vibrational space, and then you bring yourself down again. And that, I do believe that's just a yo-yo of emotional release, and I think it is definitely a part of it, and it is okay. None of us are going through this alone. We don't have to go through this alone anyway. And none of us are going through it without something on the other end. And there's no doubt that as we head into the new moon, which is the 11th of December, we're going to start really feeling better and feeling a bit more accelerated. I've definitely been feeling a bit better, but then I have flat days as well, and I just want to have, the other day I said to Kane, I just want to have some bread, I just want to have some eggs, I just want to have eggs and toast and avocado, and and that's awesome, because in the past I probably would have been like, I just want a Macca's thing and a hash brown, burger and a hash brown, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So now it's like avocado, toast and eggs that we've poached at home, and the bread is like sourdough from around the corner instead, and so you're changing things up little by little. And I know that there is a huge feeling of wanting to just hurry up, I just want this to be over. But I guess like the biggest message that's coming through at the moment, and this came through when I was doing my yoga last week to my instructor, was that it is about that rest time. And when you feel really good, you take it and then you rest. And when we think about when we do yoga, if you've ever done yoga or any exercise really, I also do MetaFit local. MetaFit's great, and even we take a rest for that. Nothing is go all the time. Everything has to have a rest. Everything has to rely on breathing. We have to rely on our body to go up and down to be able to feel that full effect of things. So I want you to really focus on trusting your body this week. I think this next 5 to 7 days is going to be really important for it. Trust when your body needs something, and maybe if you're feeling like, maybe say you usually have chips or a snack, try it for a healthy snack. Kane sometimes has like plain popcorn, or he'll have a bit of Himalayan salt on it. Something else he might have for a snack now is like we might get some nuts, some almonds, or he likes walnuts instead of chips that we used to get, or we used to have blocks of chocolate or ice cream even. So just trying to get something in, if you still want that snack, have that snack, but something that's not going to cause you to have a worse sleep, because I definitely find if I have sugar before bed now, I have such a terrible sleep, and my hormones are all everywhere from having the sugar. So if you can, try and eat well. Try and go, I might have a pear or I might have a banana instead of, having that packet of chips or whatever else you might snack on that's unhealthy. I don't know, chips or hot chips or something. So yeah, really try and like get into your head. Maybe having a really nice salad instead of having a burger, or I don't know, just something. Try and start thinking a bit healthier, and then you'll see the change in how your emotions will change and how you will feel. I feel much more aggressive when I have sugar. I feel like my head just goes into such a bizarre, it's like a flight mode, and I just don't have control of it. And, I didn't notice it until I went off coffee and until I went off like the sugar and stuff like that. And now I've got that real contrast of, oh wow, I'm getting angry. Oh wow, I can't control it. I think it's the sugar. And then I'm like, okay, I need to really come off that, or just really limit it, It's about easing into changes. So, this week, if you're feeling a bit run down, don't push yourself. Because you will come good, and you will really find that momentum again. This is your spiritual journey, and this is about you trusting in yourself. And when you're really at that start of that spiritual journey, it is really hard. But if you can find a meditation that really calms you down, find something that's like a nice active meditation. I find we cut our flyers, and that's good at active meditation. We also do letterbox dropping. But anything like gardening or just cleaning the house can be a good active meditation. Something like that just calms your brain down, and you're not thinking about anything else, and you're just doing something. And then when you're in that really good space, and you accelerate at a good speed, and you're able to go. And you will find that it will get easier and easier as time goes on. So yeah, number one thing this week, to really look after yourself. When you have that momentum, just hit it on full speed. Take it easy when you don't, and really look after yourself if you're feeling really flat. Let yourself have that time to sit and just love yourself. Be kind to yourself. This isn't a time, once upon a time, and I was this person, I would just go, and I wouldn't stop. And we did not have a happy house. We did not have a happy relationship. And, I wasn't a nice person, and I wasn't a good friend. And now I feel like I can be who I want to be, and even though I'm probably not doing as much as I was before, I feel like I'm doing more now, because I'm really embracing things in my life, people in my life, experiences in my life that I probably didn't even realize I was experiencing before, because I was always so stressed out, and I was probably thinking of whatever's the next thing I can do, or having a meltdown. It was so big, like my emotions were so far apart, whereas now I feel like I'm definitely in a space of I can feel calm, I can say no, I can decide what I want to do. If I feel flat, I will just do something like cut flyers up. I'm not going to stress myself out. So biggest thing this week, and then we'll head into this new moon, and you'll be really ready to start really letting go, and it'll be like what I say is ready, set, go. So it'll be like, let's go, let's charge, let's accelerate into the new moon. Let's work on what we've released, and let's push on. All right. Hope you have a fantastic hump day. Bye.